So Bleach 513 just came out today in the comics, and it's the one we've all been waiting for Ichigo to finally break out of Courage's jail. In this case, though, he didn't really break it out himself. In the previous episode, we saw that Akon broke Ichigo out with his dying breath as he got stabbed in the back by some daggers by this retarded looking guy. But anyways, so here's Ichigo. He's out. He's really angry. Wants to kill Juha, but he kind of takes a swing at him, and then he gets annihilated. Wait, but before then, it's like okay, there's Byakuya there, and in the previous episode, he doesn't really die. He just sort of he's about to die, and now in this one, he's actually dying. We actually you get to see his Zanpakuto starting to fall apart. It just Hilt's gone, and then you just see pieces of it falling apart, which means he's dead. Um, well, I'm on the page right now. If you go to mangahere.com, you get a really nice translation of this Bleach. I know in the previous episode, people had a page with the identical words, but I didn't have the problem here with mangahere.com. So right now, uh, Ichigo is really angry. He has his hair over his face, his mouth about half the diameter of his face, or I could just say it's just the radius of an oval. And he's saying, "Are you the one who made such a mess of Soul Society?" And Juhabak opens his eyes really big like this, and he says, "Yes, I am." And Ichigo gets really angry, charges up, throws a Getsuga Tensho at him, and it doesn't work. And Ichigo gets pounded to the ground. So, but I think the main interesting part we see in this episode is the part that Ichigo is actually Ichigo knows how to use Blood Vein, which is the like the protective barrier Quincy's have on around themselves. So this is like a a new twist. It's like okay, Ichigo is he's a human, he's a Shinigami, um, he's a hollow, did I say that? No, I didn't. He's a hollow. He has full ring powers, and now we find out he even has Quincy powers. Which is weird because how did he get that in this first place? So some people are theorizing that his mother was actually Quincy, which sort of makes a little bit of sense, but at the same time, if she was a Quincy, how the heck did she get killed by a hollow so easily? You think she would pull out a bow and shoot the hollow, but nah, that doesn't fit. But then again, we can also see like how the heck is Ichigo's dad not in Soul Society? We know Yorichi or is that Yorichi? I know I've only watched the Japanese uh dub Japanese version of Bleach, so I've gotten used to the way they say it. Okay, and we know Urahara Kisuke, he's also exiled. So that could also mean that his dad might be exiled too. Maybe because he went out with his mother or his Ichigo's mother, which could have been a Quincy. And back then there was a whole war between Quincy's and Soul Reapers, and so that could have got him exile. And he also wears, or at least he wears the same sort of edges, the jagged edges as Kenpachi. So there are also some theories that says he was the previous captain of the 11th squad that Kenpachi is ruling over. But people said that he died, that Kenpachi killed the previous leader. But maybe he didn't kill him. Maybe the previous leader just faked his death and escaped. So there are all these questions remaining. What the heck is going to be next? Personally, for me, we saw in the last page, Ichigo is okay. Juhobak has his sword to Ichigo's neck, and then he realizes that Ichigo has Blood Vein, and then we see this burst of energy coming from Ichigo, and Ichigo lifts his sword, and this is the point in all these comics when the hero is on the ground, he's about to be defeated, and then some new discovery comes about, and he kind of gets up and destroys the enemy. So I think in the next episode, this is when there's going to be a turning tide or a changing tide in this war, and Ichigo is going to go crazy and beat up Juha, and who knows, his eyes maybe Aizen might get involved later on. Because actually, there's no way Aizen's not going to get involved. The story isn't going to just leave Aizen out of the picture. He's just too big of a component. We have um, Byakuya, who's just dead, and then we have the Genryusai Yamamoto, who got chopped in half and blown to bits. And we have Rukia and Renji dead, or not dead, I mean, they're just injured. And then we have Kiro, who got half his stomach, or most of his stomach blown apart in his chest and everything. So we have whole Soul Society getting beat up. There's just no way Aizen is just going to sit there and not do anything. So I'm thinking Aizen's still immortal. Um, he might sooner or later kill Juha and then try to take over the world again. Who knows? But this is just some of my thoughts now. So bye.